around and rain comes down like Messiah, the one to divinity. It'll be brought by altar and drink the wine of slaughter. Who said I've seen everyone? Salvation don't mean I need ability to lead the fight all I can right. And I'll let the light shine on me. I am the poison that leads to you. And I'll let the light shine on me. I am the ghost that reminds them of you. And I'll let the light shine on me. I am the demon that crawled into you. And I'll let the light shine on me. Don't let the vengeance of heaven reveal. You're a very good friend of mine. Oh, I've seen you running on the ladies, don't tell me all about the kind. Oh, but the time is you get the money, but you'll be a place to see. Me about a Julia, the dream of guys 11, you can have your way with me. Skin is rubber and the skeleton will body on physically going to waste. It's in the eyes and the tongue of a killer. I'm a humanized logic machine. But don't trust me when you're bending little things, 'cause I know what it is. what's it to you? If I fell to fight someone, falling out of the crowd. Now look at me, I cry alright, like a leaf in the fall. I cry in the sky, now again. What's it to you? It's a noise, like a black condor. One of these days I'll just slave. Watch boys drown. You feel like young gods. You know young gods must fade. What's the deal? Going down, boys, like a scroll with the wall. My lovers never leave love. Play war like Marines. Just a noise. Just a roar. One of these days. What's it to you? Young God to shout to me. I'll answer me. I want to shout to you. I'll answer me. One of these days.
Hello, welcome to Not Fade Away. My name's Gary Newman, and for the next hour or so you're going to have to suffer my favourite videos. We've got Depeche Mode, Sisters of Mercy, Jesus Jones, all kinds of stuff. First one up is one of mine. Actually, I've been given the opportunity to play it. It's called Cars. When I was making the video for this, I just got famous, right? Song before this one, and the record company found out I was actually talking to somebody else, which I wasn't, but they thought I had been, and they persuaded me to stay with them by buying me a Corvette car, which I still have actually, and so my memories of this song are very, very wonderful. Got my Corvette out of it. This is Cars.
Here in my car, I can only receive, I can listen to you, it keeps me stable for days in cars. Here in my car, here in my car, here in my car, here in my car.
That was me, and a song called Cars. One of my biggest influences in the earlier part of my life was David Bowie, and I went to see him at Wembley once, I think White Duke tour maybe, or one after, I can't remember. Anyway, I actually got in the Daily Mirror for causing a bit of a rumpus, not by name, but I was in it nonetheless, page 6, and it was, can't remember now, but anyway, it's one side of Wembley, this big balcony, and I ended up being about 1,000 people, according to the Daily Mirror, went over the side onto the floor and moved everyone aside and went to the front, and it was really good and exciting, good fun. And then when I got there, one of these little green sticks, these luminous things, I threw it and it hit him, and he picked it up and danced with it. And at the time, it was the proudest day of my life. It's just mega, real mega. And then when what's called Gene Gina, yeah. And then when he finished, he threw it down and he went off, and I nearly got beaten up trying to collect it because I gave it to the wrong person up the road, and I got really, really snotty about it for a bit until I realised what I was doing, because I'm only little, and I don't get into stuff like that. Anyway, that was that, and then many years later, I was doing a TV show, and they said that Bowie was going to be on it the week after, so I went back to see him, to watch it at least, to try to meet him. And there was lots of people there, Gerloff was there, and a few other people, all in this little side room, watching it going on. And Bowie saw me, apparently, and everything stopped, and there was a bit of a kerfuffle, and then they came and got me, and I was thrown out. And no one else, just me. David Senior, and Betsy, if you're not here, that kind of thing. Which is a bit sad, really. And that was how I kind of almost met him.
Something in our blood, something in our stars.
Next up is Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun. I don't actually have any real anecdotes about this at all, other than that I love the song. But in a chart that's full of people in really nice jackets and all look the same, and little boys doing their nice little dance steps, and it's all kind of dominated by things that are all nice and squeaky clean, it was nice to see something like this actually succeed. It gave me hope.
Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain.
Black Hole Sun, Soundgarden, very weird video, but very, very good video. I like that one. I don't like safe music, don't like happy music and happy, smiley people. I think pop stars should be larger than life, and they should be scary, and they should be a little bit strange and a bit weird, and possibly not the best role models for young people, but that's what used to make them interesting, and it doesn't seem to be like that anymore in the main. If you go to a concert, if you go to see some of the people that do the nice steps with the nice jackets and so on, chances are your mum and dad are going to be there already, and I just don't think it's meant to be like that. I don't like that at all. And one of the bands that isn't like that, seriously isn't like that, is called 9 Inch Nails, and their song Head Like a Hole. That was 9 Inch Nails, Head Like a Hole. Serious video, I like that. The next band is The Mission, and a song called Tower of Strength. Some bands, even if they're successful, tend to go along and they write a lot of songs that are okay. Most people are like that, actually. And then some bands write something. Sometimes some bands write many, but most of us, if we're lucky enough, write 1 or 2 songs that become what they call classics. And it's great, and it's very sort of flattering and so on to have somebody say you've written a classic, but it can become a shadow which hangs over you for the rest of your career if you're unfortunate enough to have that song early in your career. Mine is Cars, which I played earlier, and I've been trying to come out of that. You try to tell people I wrote 309 other songs apart from that, actually. And you get a television and say, we want you to do Cars, or whatever it is. And for The Mission, I think their absolute classic song is Tower of Strength. But perhaps, I'd have to ask Wayne, but perhaps this is a bit of a shadow for them as well.
You raise me up, and you're true to me, and still I need more rewards. Tear me apart to feel no one ever cared.
Mission, Tower of Strength, and apparently if you ever go to a Mission gig you have to dance like this or something, because I've been twice and that's what they do. You have to wear black, that always goes down well. Connected to the Mission, in a way, is another band that I really love called the Sisters of Mercy. I went to see them live actually a couple of years ago. One of probably the best musical gig I ever went to in my whole life. Too much smoke, but the music was stunning. Many years ago I did a television with them. They were doing a song called This Corrosion, which I love. We're going to play that one. But afterwards I spent about an hour chatting up. They had a girl bass player and I spent ages chatting her up, and got absolutely nowhere at all, which wasn't my best day, I guess. But anyway, this is This Corrosion. Cracking. That was the Sisters of Mercy and This Corrosion. I'll be back in a while. Part 2 will have Jesus Jones. Welcome back. This is Not Fade Away. My name's Gary Newman, and this part we're going to be looking at my favourite album, which is by Jesus Jones. It's called Perverse. It was actually bought for me by my girlfriend Gemma on the strength of hearing one song on it, I think, and a bit of a surprise. And it was brilliant. I don't buy many records. I'm not that interested, strangely enough, in music as such. I do my own little bit, my own little world. But this album was completely brilliant, and I like every single song on it, which is very, very rare. Again, like I was saying about Nine Inch Nails before, that this band are what I thought pop stars should be like. The Devil You Know. Next up is Zeros and Ones. I don't like 60s music, didn't like it the first time round, don't like it now, and all these bands are doing it again. Really don't see the need to keep looking backwards to make music that's meant to be for now, or should be looking forwards. Jesus Jones don't do it. Jesus Jones have nothing, when you listen to them, there's nothing about it you can sort of relate to anything that came before. It's very, very forward looking.
Across the world, the message flies, information.
Zeros and Ones. I like aeroplanes. I have an old World War II aeroplane called a Harvard. It's military combat trainer, and I was flying along one day, going to an air show somewhere. I do aerospace, and it was quite an easy trip actually. So I relaxed, which isn't normal for me in the aeroplane, and I'm singing away, and I was singing this next song that's coming up called The Right Decision, and I just got distracted, to be honest about it, in my own little world. I was probably thinking about a tour or something coming up, and something went wrong with it, and the motor just stopped, and so I'm going down. And anyway, I got it all sorted out, but that's, whenever I hear this song, it reminds me of that particular episode. It's called The Right Decision.
And the problem with success is you become what you detest. How about that? How about that? So who to believe and who do you trust? Well, it may as well be you, 'cause it seems that no one else has got a clue. Get it wrong, get it right. You can try as hard as you like, but there's
right decision. The next track is called Real, Real, Real. It isn't actually from Perverse. It's an earlier hit they had, perhaps their first hit, I'm not too sure. The reason I want to play this is that you can see in this song the seeds of what were to become the sound that was sort of full on Perverse. And I think it's interesting to see how things develop and build as careers develop. Apparently, Jesus Jones weren't too happy with the way Perverse performed or sold, I guess. And they were thinking about getting into something more dancey, which may be what's around now, I'm not too sure. I hope not, because what they were was special and very unique. Jesus Jones, Real, 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 and I'll be back after the break with some Depeche Mode. Welcome back. This part is dedicated to Depeche Mode, who are my absolute favourite band. The first song is called Love in Itself, which actually isn't one of my favourite Depeche Mode tracks, but it's a good starting point. You can see after this song where they grew from into what they became, which we'll be seeing later on. I actually want to try to sign Depeche Mode. I'd been to a club somewhere up in London, and they were playing downstairs on the floor, very, very low-key sort of thing. They wasn't famous or anything like that. And I'd missed them by a couple of weeks, apparently. They'd signed to Daniel Miller's Mute label, which is very disappointing for me. I was actually trying to sign them to my Beggars Banquet label that I was signed to, not my own label. So I'd imagine Beggars Banquet are even more disappointed than I was. Anyway, this song is back in the days when Depeche were rather squeaky, really. So they got much better. It has a very, very horrible brass sound in it. But nonetheless, it's still brilliant. I love them to death. This is called Love in Itself.
Love's not enough in itself. All these absurdities that lay before us.
That's Depeche Mode. Next up is Walking in My Shoes, which has it's a brilliant video, but it's quite scary. It's not gothy as such, but little goblin-y type things. Looks cool. Looks very cool. This was probably the most influential song that I can remember. For me, I learnt more from this. It's probably done more to guide me in a particular direction than any other song I've ever heard, since I've been going. And I guess certainly my next album and the one before it has been heavily influenced by this one song. But the album it came from as well, but this one song in particular. I actually met Dave Garn, the singer, in a toilet at the Top of the Pops many, many years ago. And I met Brian Ferry in the toilet as well once. Meet lots of people in toilets, strange enough. And he was great. He was extremely laid back, and he was chatting away about things that just starting to move in America and how great it was and so on. And it was great. And I liked him then, and I like him now. Good man.
I would tell you about the things that put me through, the pain I've been subjected to. But I think your pulse would start to rush. And now I'm not looking for absolution, forgiveness for the things I do. But before you come to any conclusion, try walking in my shoes. Try walking in my shoes. You stop running my
walking in my shoes. I actually lost touch a little bit with Depeche Mode a few years ago. Don't know why, just busy I guess, or maybe they was away for a few years, I really don't know. Anyway, they did a song called I Feel You, and it reintroduced me to the band, and my love for them was doubled, if anything, because after that, the stuff that they put out with that album was even better than what they'd done before, and I thought they was brilliant before. I actually met Martin Gore, who's really the genius behind Depeche Mode, to be honest about it. And we was at a Mission gig, doing the dance more than likely, and there was this huge big bar thing, covered in lights, about 100 foot long, and big massive thing, covered in lights, bar written all over it. And along comes little Martin and says to me, "You seen the bar?" And he was right there. Anyway, very boring story, but this is I Feel You.
The sun it shines. You take me there, you take me where the kingdom comes. You take me to and lead me through Babylon. This is the morning of valor. It's just the dawning of valor.
One of the problems of new bands that are suddenly thrust into the limelight and famous pop stars is that they haven't really had much of a life to talk about, which is no fault of their own, but it means that it's sometimes difficult to get more than 10 minutes or so out of them of anything worthwhile, really. And as I say, it's not their fault, but they've not had a life yet. That's all still to come. And what I like about people like Depeche Mode, in particular actually, is that they've been through a great deal of stuff, and it makes their later writing far more interesting. Maybe it's because I'm getting older, I don't know, but I listen to their stuff now, and I can see so much more in it, and I get so much more out of it because of the life that they've had that's led them to where they are now. And next song, final song, is called In Your Room, and again, as I've said before, it's a shining example of what I'm talking about.
In your room, the time stands still, or moves with your will. We let the morning come soon, we leave me lying here in your favorite darkness, your favorite half-light, your favorite consciousness, your favorite slave. I'm hanging on your words, living on your breath, feeling with your skin. Will I always be here? I'm hanging on your words, living on your breath, feeling with your skin. Will I always be here? Hanging on your words, living on your breath, feeling with your skin. Will I always be here? Hanging on your words, living on your breath.
That's about it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the stuff that has meant a lot to me throughout my life, really. It's been great fun seeing a lot of it again. I haven't seen some of this stuff for years. Thank you very much, brother.
Still a very distinctive sound, right, gang? There's no mistaking the voice of Newman.
Absolutely.
Now, most people remember you from the early 80s with Our Friends Electric and, of course, the infamous Cars. It's a time that's called the age of pop. I know, but how did you fit in with all that?
Those songs actually
1979.
Were they 79?
Yes, I've been around for 3 decades now.
Yeah.
It was cool. The trouble is, I was only 21, and when you're that young, it's so much to take in, and it all happens so quickly. You seem to spend most of your time just trying to grasp what's happened and not really enjoying it. And you look back a few years later and think, what an idiot. I could have had a lot more fun with it than I did. And you're just so busy trying to keep your feet on the ground, really. It's an amazing time.
Because you sort of there, right at the start of, I suppose, what they used to call the new romantic thing. You never kind of fitted in with that.
I was about 2 or 3 years before that, I think, actually.
But you know what I mean? They sort of muddle everything in with that once anything looked slightly different.
Yeah,
it just all became new romantic.
They keep putting them in these 80s albums now.
Yeah.
And I actually had my 2 hits, as I say, in 79, so I don't really...
So you're a 70s artist?
Absolutely,
Because I kind of... 70s, that's a different kettle of fish, 70s. Ooh. Now, you had quite a distinctive look, which thousands of Newmanoid fans caught on to. How does it feel to have that kind of devoted fan base, and are they still there?
Well, a bit of it is nowhere near what they used to be, which is a shame. Well, that's all right. These things happen, don't they? But it's good. But it can be a bit weird. I used to have some fish in the pond, and when I went down, they'd nicked a lot. Stuff like that. And I used to have like flowers in the garden. Came home one day and it's just a garden of green stalks. And, yeah, honestly, God, hundreds of them. They just nicked them up. It's bizarre stuff.
And they think that's kind of being a fan. Theft.
It's just keeps.
What car are you driving? I'm a fan. Now, you actually married a Gary Newman fan. How did that all come about, and how did you first meet?
Well, Gemma had been a fan for a long time, and I knew of her because she was one of the more pleasant.
You mean she didn't steal off you?
Yeah. Well, actually, no, you did, didn't you? Didn't you nick some birthday cards from a Jeep? Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Oh, she did. Right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I first met her. She was a thief. No, but more recently, I heard that it was a bit sad actually. Her mum had died, and so I rang her up to see how she was because it was a bit grim, and that's how we sort of started seeing each other properly after that, and it was cool from then on.
Nice. Oh, we love that, Brecky. Now, you're also a big fan of flying, I gather.
Yeah,
that's one of your big passions.
Yes.
We've got some actual footage of you. It's stunt flying, isn't it? I gather this is silent, so if you give us the talk over, that'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Here, let's just have a little look.
Oh, right, this is going into a loop, so you can just see some smoke with the back there. That's another airplane that's about 6 feet away. Whoa. We're pulling... Whoa! There he is. You see him there.
Cool.
So we're pulling about 4G there. So
Yeah.
Nice. Oh.
Nice.
Landing.
To the max! Intense. Nice. Wow, that's intense. What's the most tricky stunt you've had to pull off?
I was in an airplane that caught fire once. Getting that down was pretty tricky. Yeah.
Wow.
What's the difference between a stunt and just a sort of an aviation accident?
well, we don't call it stunts. It's aerobatic flying. We do aerobatic manoeuvres and that kind of thing. You know, formation barrel rolls can be quite tricky. You know, when you're together and got to do this because the speeds are different for each airplane, even though you're very close. But those kind of things aren't that much of a problem, really, if you know what you're doing and you're well practiced with it. It's when things go wrong you need to think pretty quickly. And sort it out.
I think so. Listen, Gary, just to encapsulate the spirit of flight, what could do it more than these kind of models? I gather you were mad on these models as a kid.
Yeah, I've still got some at home, actually, that I haven't made yet.
But like me, the main thing for you was just speed.
Yeah.
How quickly you could make it.
Yeah,
just
not
rush
painting
jobs,
them,
covered in glue, completely messy, to be destroyed in the garden later.
Absolutely.
And transfers put on the door. Anyway, but listen, Gary, we got this for you here. Were you one of those kids who used to paint them on the frames?
No, I used to build them first and then see what was left and paint that.
Right, OK. Well, listen, Gary, if you want to go off and make that for us, we'll be following your progress throughout the show as you kind of retrace those... Gary! OK, in a second, we've got Vital Stats. Yeah! In time, this is Channel 4. You're watching the one, the only Gary Newman on The Big Break. Yeah! This is Gary Newman.
To the strange boy, keeping to the shadows is a very good friend of mine. I've seen you running from the ladies, don't tell me you're not the kind. I'll bet the time with you, take my money, make the young, being pleased to see. Doesn't matter to me, it's a dream, I gotta laugh, and you can have your way with me.
Gary Newman. First of all, I'd like to apologise. That was Ace, first of all, right? And also, obviously, I'm not sure what... I mean, did you hear what I was saying? And if...
No.
Oh, right, fuck it. Okay.
Oh, you mean the Gary Glitter star?
Look, I just want to say I'm sorry about that. And it looks like you've got a penknife in your hand. And I would ask you, will you not pop my chair just yet?
No, okay.
The guy, he looks like the anti-Hare Krishna, doesn't he? He's like a fantastic makeup and vest he's got.
Yeah, I think it looks brilliant.
Yeah. Do you reckon this band are better than the Fear Factory? Bad question. Yeah.
I love
They're your
Fear
band,
Factory.
aren't they?
Yeah, this is my band.
Tell us the story about the Fear Factory doing cars again. I'm doing this because they play guitars also.
Yeah.
It's because you've got this handout here, otherwise it would look odd.
Yeah, Fear Factory did Cars, which was
Yeah.
a song I wrote a long time ago.
It's got a brilliant video.
It is good, yeah, actually, yeah. It's better than anything I've ever made.
Are you sick of people
mine.
asking you to just every time, you know, you come to stuff like this, are you sick of them asking you to sing Cars over and over again?
Not re- the problem about it is most of the singing happens in the first minute.
Yeah,
So
right.
for the next 3 minutes, I've got...
You're standing
fuck to
there
do,
like, yeah.
really. So I just stand like...
But you do look quite scary.
Flatter than normal. Yeah.
I was thinking, should I have mentioned the fact that he wasn't a pervert, or should I just left it? It's like up there, you're angry. I mean, you're in your it's sort of pseudo-religious stuff. Got the eyes. It's fearsome. And you sort of move. You move in a way like an animal,
well, look
like a
at that.
reptile.
How
And
else could you move?
You've got big boots. Oh right.
If I've moved more than that, I fall over, so it's more necessity than
What you can
style,
do, mate?
really.
What you can do with these chairs, I don't know if you've tried this. You can pretend you're in one of your
I feel
airplanes.
quite balanced, actually.
Like that. Look. Joystick back. Joystick forward.
You're going to do a crash joke, aren't
You
you?
can bank. No, have you? I'm not.
Have you crashed?
Have you?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Have you? My favourite aeroplane is the little Fokker. It's a German plane.
Dutch.
Is it? This is not a race or some sort of competition, right? Do you still fly, even though, like...
I'm dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I do.
Because it's ace, isn't it, flying?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it can be.
When you keep the aeroplane in the air. What other than the bomber? What have you got?
I haven't got a bomber.
I thought you had a World War II bomber.
No, I got a World War II airplane, but it's not a bomber.
What is it?
It's a combat trainer type thing.
What's the make?
It's called a Harvard.
Harvard. American.
Yes. Mine was built in Canada, actually.
No,
It's not
I'm
very
really
interesting,
clean on
but it
planes,
was.
so I know about the Fokker and everything.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the little Fokker. Yeah. Gary Newman, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I just thought I've run out of things to say to get the audience to applaud.
There you go.
So you're going to mix it up like Fat
How
Boy Fat?
difficult could it be, ladies and gentlemen? Seriously, because Radio 1, as you know, all the mixers come in here and mix, so we have the decks here, and I will now mix and show you how easy it is. Reese, you will be the judge, okay? Let me just get it queued up. Right, I'm ready. Rock. Okay, here we go. Come on, baby. Ready?
Yeah.
See, how difficult can
That's
that
not
be?
bad, actually. Armin Van
All right.
Rental.
See, no, here's the original, right? Right, that's the original.
Right.
Right, and this is what I've been doing, right? Check this out, the Funk Soul Brother, right about now, right? Right, this is what I was doing. That's me mixing there.
We can hear you.
it's me, see? How sick, come on! Come on!
Fat boy, fat
Dan,
in the house.
come in here, seriously, right? The guy who does the mix selector for Radio 1, Dan Bailey. Dan?
Definitely good.
See, there you go. And this guy gets paid to do gigs.
You got the power.
I bet if I asked him to do it now, it wouldn't be as good.
Would be.
All right, then, come on, I'll cue you up. Okay. Right, let me cue you up, man. Here we go. Right, roughly. Right, put your headphones on. Now, this is Dan, who's a paid mixer. It's his job to mix. Right, here we go.
Is that it?
See? Rubbish! Right? There's my point. Rubbish! What?
Yeah, you've got a DJ mix to set up.
Oh, that's brilliant. Mine's better than that.
He's crap, isn't he?
See? So I'm better than you.
You are better than me.
Thank you very much. You see? Thank you very much. Dan Bailey tonight. You can hear the mix selector done properly because it's all recorded from 7 o'clock tonight. He records them all for the whole of January, just for the rest of the year. Do you want to have a go?
No.
You come round and have a go. Come round and have a go, right? One more time, right? Here we go. This is Melinda. I'll just cue it up for you, right? Right. Play along at home if you want to. Right, okay. 1, 2, 3, go, Mel. Very good, very nice, mate. It was brilliant.
Radio 1.
Right, you ready? More mixing. Let's rock. That's Armand Van Helden. And I think I'm better than Armand Van Helden.
I prefer his version.
You're fired. Shut your face.